Problem number 6. We have the absolute value of 2x plus 3 is greater than 1. Let's start with absolute value. Think about the absolute value of x. If I said absolute value of x is equal to 12, let's say. Well, what would x be? Oh, you'd say, oh, see, so that's simply a 12. The absolute value of 12 is equal to 12. But don't forget, also the absolute value of the negative 12 would be equal to 12. So there's always two pieces, two components here. So when we do this problem, we have to consider the positive side and the negative. So we're going to do that. But first, I need to look at this symbol. This symbol says greater, greater. So it's an or here. It's not going to be an and. It's not a less than. It's an greater, so we use the or. Okay, that's just the way we try to remember it. So I have 2x plus 3. There's the positive piece. I'm going to let it be greater than 1. That's how we start this off. Always simply write what we have greater than 1. Or, now I've got to consider the negative part. The opposite of whatever 2x plus 3 is. The negative piece, greater than 1. Now, this is a little easy. We simply subtract 3, 2x greater than what? Negative 2. Divide by 2, x has got to stay greater than negative 1. Or the other option will come over here. Now, when we start this, we'll always start the same way. You have a negative 1 there, so we're just going to start off always by dividing by negative 1. Gets rid of it. Remember, I got to divide this side by negative 1 too. Whatever I do to the left side, I got to do to the right side. This leaves me with 2x plus 3. Now what happens to the symbol? Remember, if you divide or multiply both sides by a negative, that inequality flips. So I now have 1 divided by negative 1, which is negative 1. I now subtract 3 to get my numbers all over together. So 2x is less than negative 4. Divide by a positive 2, x is less than negative 2. So I have x is greater than negative 1 or less than negative 2. If we worried about the graph, what happens is you have negative 1, and basically it's going that direction. Everybody there's a solution. And you also have here's negative 2, and it's all numbers less than negative 2, so it's everybody going that way. So there's no real overlap here. These guys going that way or it's that way. It's either on this side or this side. We don't know which. So we simply say x is greater than negative 1 or x is less than negative 2. This is how we will write our solution. I don't want the graph. The graph you should be able to do and think through what it looks like, but this is what we want as our solution for problem number 6.